Hello again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Marion County Espresso TV. I'm your host, Steve Woodhouse, and joining me once again is my friend, Parks Director Chandler Nunnikoven.
Have you ever had a high five?
This is the first one. Out of the 100 and some we've done, that was the first high five. All right.
First thing. Cool.
Chandler, there's a lot going. There's never really a quiet time for the Parks Department because I'm going to explain. I'm sure you all know by now I'm married to Marcy, the senior horticulturalist for the city of Pella. So I have kind of an in with the Parks Department already, and if you think that's a conflict, that's fine with me. But it's just the truth.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah, facts. So, Chandler. So what are you guys working on?
We are working on color. It's been a long, dreary, gray, gloomy winter, and I'm ready for some color. So we are getting things prepped up, ready to go, and I couldn't be more excited about this spring.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to kick things off right now by annoying my wife by praising her for her blend of tulip, for her tulip blend, which is going to be somewhere in the Central Park, right?
Well, let's just say where it's going to be.
Yeah, okay.
You want to do that right here?
If you're comfortable, or if not, it's supposed to be a big secret.
No, it's not a secret because it's out on the Bloom status map. But
okay,
it will be in Central Park in the sundial.
In the sundial.
So right in the middle of the park, one of the best known beds really in Pella. Mm-hmm. And it's a true tribute to Marcy and her expertise. DeVruman picked this blend up, and it is a spectacular blend, and it's for their 100-year anniversary right here, and it's going to be in Central Park, and I couldn't be more happy and more honored to help promote Marcy Simbra Woodhouse and her dedication to the City of Pella Parks.
Yeah. That's my bride's design on that cover that went around the world, right, Chandler?
That's right. Got sold as the DeVruman Centennial blend called Marcy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's spectacular. The colors in there's a double yellow in there that actually has different types of colors within that own variety of tulip. And it changes colors. It's like a fire mix. So that's why we always are changing things up, and we like to try new things. And this one really caught the eye of some suppliers, and it's top notch.
Absolutely. And for those of you who don't know Marcy, she's kind of a shy. She doesn't seek the fame and the recognition and stuff. But Chandler, what do you think about the work that Marcy does for you each year?
Marcy is extremely important to the Parks Department. From the tulips to the annuals. She's been building this giant elephant in the shop for like 2 months, and that's for our summer annual program, and I can't wait to unveil that for this summer. It stands taller than me. I don't know how we're going to put it on the trailer. It's going to be super cool. She's been working on other items as well. It's just so honoring to work with Marcy for such a long time and almost like draw passion from her. Like, she's so dedicated and works hard and understands the flower as a plant and where to put it. The City of Pella is very fortunate to have Marcy on our team.
And I don't want to keep on praising my wife. I could all day.
You could, yeah.
But you have a whole staff. Like, every time I bring up, or somebody stops me in the street and says, "Oh, your wife does such a great job," and I was like, "Yeah, I know, thank you." And I pass that on to Mars. She's always like, "Well, I can't do it on my own."
Yeah.
She credits Chris and Mike and the rest of your guys.
Mm-hmm.
So
it is a team effort. Mm-hmm. And, honestly, some people come to me as well and say, "Chandler, you do such a great job." No, it's not me. It's not Marcy. It's the parks staff, the team, the seasonal people, all the way down to the summer workers that we hire every year. you know, we get help from the streets department, water department. We all have to work together for the betterment of the city. And that's why the city of Pella staff is so special, because we all can get along and work for the betterment of Pella. And it's an honor to do that. The city of Pella citizens want the best and deserve the best. And when stuff like this happens, there's a reason for it. And yeah, it's to read about it, you know, 17 years, well, this would be 18 years now, and Marcy's seen over 400 different types of variety tulips before even my time. So 400 varieties of tulips she's seen over the years. And this one probably tops it all for a blend. So, yeah.
And those are, or is this a late blooming blend? Are we going to have this color?
It will kind of be a mid-season blend. That yellow double variety is Sun Lover, Double Negrita, Purple Dream. So the Sun Lover is actually it's one type of tulip, but it's really multiple. So, yeah, I can't wait to see it. Central Park Sundial. Check it out this spring. You'll love it.
Of course, you know, Central also, you know, you have the Avenue of Tulips. I don't remember how many blends she has in that one, or how many different.
Was it 80 this year? I think it's close to 80, 40 on each side. Yeah, we started doing that in 14, and it's not that fun to plant because it's all by trowel, like 30 tulips per block. But to see it come up every spring, and every tulip has its own name tag, and it's in alphabetical order, starting from Akibono, and I think ends in Yonina. A to Z, A to Y, I'll call it. A to Y. Again, I'm super excited for spring. And I walked outside today, and it's 75 out, and grass is getting green, and we're firing up the bathrooms and cleaning up shelters and playgrounds, and thinking about mowing and trimming trees. Well, not trimming trees, trimming bushes and stuff like that. So we're excited.
And so what's the best way somebody can support the Parks Department? Like, you know, you're going to see them out and about a lot, you know, as we get into warmer weather, you know, watering, you know, weeding, so forth. I know Marcia hears from people, hey, thank you, nice job, and she always appreciates that. I don't know if that gets passed on, but is there anything more that we can do to show our appreciation?
I think, honestly, just pick up after yourself. Pella is known for being a really clean town. And if people can just pick up after themselves, pick up after their dogs, when they have parties in the shelter house or in the playgrounds, if people could just pick up after themselves and take pride in our community. When visitors come to Pella, what's one of the first things that they realize and see is, wow, this town is clean. And we want to keep it that way. We want to keep it top notch. So how you can support the parks is literally just treat it like your own and pick up after yourself.
And so, do we have any new developments in the park? I know that Phase 3 of the Wonder Spell is on the menu for this summer. But can you tell us more about that?
Over at the Wonderspelen playground, Phase 3 has actually started. You guys, if you go out there, you'll see the fencing up around there, and they'll be starting that, and that should be done this spring at some point. You'll see some new features in there that we're really excited about and appreciate that process. Couple other things that we'll be working on is obviously getting the pool ready to go, getting the rest of the bathrooms ready to go. There are lots of things possibly coming, as we know. There's many of projects out there. Another big project that we have on for this spring that I want to make your viewers known is we're going to be planting a whole bunch of new crab apples in Central Park. That will be a new thing. Some of the older crab apples are at the end of their life, and we need to start phasing in the new decades of crabapple trees. Marcy actually found these. They're a variety that are pretty hard to find, and she found these, and they'll be shipped in next week and hopefully planted this spring, probably after tulip time. Another important note is that the Central Park fountain is going to be going back in hopefully before tulip time. We sent it clear down to Alabama to get redone, reworked, repainted, and brought back, and the goal is to have it in and running before tulip time, and I can't wait to see that. It's over 100 years old. It's been moved 3-4 times, and it's a very important piece of history in Central Park, and glad that we got it fixed.
It kind of matched the tulip tower that was painted and refinished last year.
Yep, I forgot about that. Yeah, the tulip tower will look spectacular for tulip time this year. It's all redone, repaired. We did some things in the basement, try to get the water away from the walls. Some repairs on the lines clear up top. So we're excited.
And so Sunken Gardens, the windmill is on tap to be renovated as well. That's for next year though, right?
I think you're talking about Central Park.
Oh.
Central Park windmill.
Oh, the Central Park windmill, yeah.
Yes, that is slated to be fixed in a CIP project coming up, and it needs it. All the way down from the shingles to paint to the decking, to the top cap, to the blades. So, yes, you're probably thinking about Central Park windmill, but that's on tap.
I was gonna say, do you have any projects at Sunken, since I was mistakenly brought it up?
Sunken, there really isn't a lot there. We did have a malfunctioning flagpole that was damaged and had to come out, so we need to find a different location for that Sunken Gardens flagpole, and we'll get through that probably this summer.
And obviously, just the regular maintenance, the many, many hours you guys spend mowing and so forth, and you do a lot of work at West Market, and there's just so much work with the parks. I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't want people to think that it just magically happens, or that it's just my wife that does that. It's a whole crew that works very hard all summer.
Yeah, and we're actually fixing some playground equipment at West Market actually as of today, Friday, and wrapping up today. So we had to repair some decking and some fencing, and we're trying to keep that playground, keep it going. And I know a lot of people around town love that playground. It's still their favorite playground. It's like a generational thing. Like, I played at the wooden playground when I was a kid, and now my kids play there. So we're still trying to keep it up and going. And that's really for all of our areas. We can only do the best with the time we have, but we really try to do our best and work as hard as possible. And do it with a smile.
Absolutely. So is there anything more you want to share about, your spring and summer, or anything more you want the folks to know about your season for the Parks Department?
Well, we'll get through tulip time here. That's obviously a huge event for Pella. But the big thing for this summer is what Marcy has worked up in Central Park for a theme with creatures, this monster elephant. We have some other creatures out there. I might as well let that one go too. We have some life-size giraffes that we bought out of some crazy metal artwork that are going to be going in Central Park. We really want people to just stop and come to Central Park, spend some time there, see all the beauty, and enjoy what we've put together. So that's a big thing for this summer. Another thing that I want to touch on is the Parks Department and Visit Pella collaborated. They actually got a grant to put up a aluminum huge tulip shoe that will be installed at Brinkoff.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep, and I've seen it. They did a nice job building it, and it's going to be installed on a cement pad out there. And actually, you can sit there and enjoy the park and see the tulips and actually sit in this wooden shoe. And will be a nice place for pictures and visitors and for citizens of Pella to see. So, Anne Frost and her team over at Visit Pella do an amazing job.
She does.
And we wanted to partner with them and do this little project. It's not a little project because the shoe's longer than this table. I think it's 6 feet, 7 feet long. And that will be installed here in April. And we're excited to see that feature over at Brinkoff Park.
And you'll, of course, let us know when you're installing it.
Yeah, we'll have like a grand opening unveiling of it, and we'll pull the sheet off or something. I don't know. It should be fun, but it's a nice piece to have over there at Brinkoff.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Chandler. Taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule. I'm not going to endorse DeVruman, but if you're buying tulips, I'm not going to lie. You should go with DeVruman because they saluted my wife and respect her work. So that's just me personally speaking that way. But anyway, thanks again, Chandler.
Yep, it's been great, and let's go for spring. Ready to go.
All right.
Yes!
Thank you all for joining us.